Wow, this completely caught me off guard. Hey everyone, and today I will be giving you the rundown of the Wildfire update, what it contains, how to counter it, and overall my personal thoughts and feelings about where this game is going to go in the future. So yeah, let's get into this. The most exciting update is the upgrade given to Edward, which is the flamethrower. It works exactly like you think it does. It sprays flames over to you, damaging the rail cars along with it. It only appears at moderate or high difficulties, and will be chosen at random with the machine gun. As of now, the flamethrower is currently taking over the machine gun, so players are able to get used to it faster. The main difference between the flamethrower and the machine gun is that the machine gun deals much more damage to players, while the flamethrower deals much more damage to rail cars. The flamethrower also has a burning effect that when you get hit with it, you will still get a little bit of damage inflicted on you even after the attack. Overall, I feel like the flamethrower is easier to deal with at the early parts of the journey, but as the journey progresses and more rail cars become heavily damaged, the flamethrower becomes more deadly as there's less cover for you to hide behind. The other most exciting update is the introduction of Scrublands, the desert-themed island that has been added to the game. This is also reflected in the journey, as the surroundings take on a more desert theme as well by traveling through the Scrublands. In the Scrublands, there are 4 stations: the Ranger Substation Kilo, the Southern Floodplains, New Brisford, and the Covent Point Refugee Camp. At the Ranger Substation Kilo, there is a gun entitled Shop. This place is generally sells sniper rifles, but there's also a shotgun here too, along with the Hunter's title. At New Bristol, there are only a few things that they sell. Firstly, there are the observation coaches from the Econ Line and Premier Line series of railcars that can be found in Archipelago. And secondly, the Model 4 Elephant Stopper, a legendary shotgun. Moving over to the Southern Floodplains, the Frico container wagons, shown in the leaks beforehand, are here. Although in practice, the Frico container wagons are much more chaotic. As well, the majorly overpriced titles like the Working Rich, which is 10,000 tickets, and Idle Rich, which is 100k tickets. Now, I think that getting Working Rich is doable. At 10,000 tickets, you probably need a couple days of work and grinding to get that without spending any Robux. But for the Idle Rich, I don't see anyone getting that anytime soon without spending some hefty Robux to obtain it. The last 4 stations I mentioned is the Covent Point Refugee Camp. This place is for refugees from Edward who have been saved by the lawmen in Deathridge City. They offer just 3 guns: the F-17C, the Condor 44, and the AP-338. Overall, Scrublands contains the game's higher tier weapons. It offers more progress to experienced players, as most of the guns added here are higher tier, more expensive, and more varied. However, Scrublands is quite dangerous, as it on average features more dangerous routes than the routes usually found in Archipelago. It's a good place to explore if you have already gotten the best items in the game and want to explore more, but the options for upgrades here are slim for beginner players. There have been some changes to the existing game to make it more well-rounded. Firstly, the AU-47M has its magazine reduced to 35 rounds instead of the usual 40. This nerfs the AU-47M slightly, but for me, it's still a very useful gun, as 35 bullets is still a lot, so it doesn't really bother me. The Bossy Doll Carnival game, which was basically red light green light, has been removed. This may have been because of potential copyright issues that might arise in the future as the game becomes more popular. One of the most important changes to gameplay is the critical multiplier. It exactly does what you think it is. Certain weapons have a chance to do double or triple damage in one shot against Edward. These are commonly found in rifles and snipers and increase their overall damage. Stronger snipers will receive a much higher critical damage multiplier than the weaker ones. However, there are exceptions to the rule, so make sure to read the stats of every gun properly before getting into them. There are 8 new weapons in the game. 2 of them can be found in the bridge obstacle course, which will be explained in more detail later. 5 of them can be purchased as guns in Scrublands, and 1 is a Game Pass exclusive weapon. At Ranger Substation Kilo, there are 2 new snipers added to the list: the Pinkett Carbine and the Model 4 Double Barrel. The first rifle here is offered at $320 and has a hefty 8 rounds, good damage, and a great critical multiplier of 3. Based on the stats alone, I like this gun, and I think that it would be a good budget option. The Model 4 Double Barrel is a shotgun and seems to be an advanced version of the Double Barrel found at the basic shop, featuring more pellets and higher damage. The New Bristol contains the Model 4 Elephant Stopper, which is the improved version of the Model 4 Double Barrel, but does slightly more damage and is 400 tickets more expensive. Personally, I wouldn't take this because the hefty increase in price just for a small damage boost isn't worth it in my opinion. The last 2 guns found in Scrublands are the Condor 44 and the AP-338. The Condor 44 represents a hand cannon that features little damage drop-off, a lot of damage, and a damage multiplier while being a slower gun compared to other pistols. At 560 tickets, I see this as a very reasonable weapon to buy, considering the damage that it can do. The AP-338 joins the AU-47 in being the most expensive weapon in the game, sitting at $1,440. And it reflects that in the statistics. It offers 130 to 150 damage in a single bullet, which is the highest in the game. It also offers 4 rounds and a better scope than the Earnshaws. Personally, this is my favorite sniper in the game, and its insane damage makes it one of the best purchases in the game for advanced players. The 2 guns found along the bridge obstacle course are the jury-rigged Model 3 and the Condor 50 MS. Now, all you gotta know is that the Condor 50 MS is great, and the jury-rigged Model 3 is trash. The last gun added to the game is the 510 Police, which is a legendary shotgun. This will be covered in greater detail in the Game Pass exclusive section of this video. The 3 new railcars added to the game are the FLAMETHROWER container wagons. These wagons have no windows but are more durable compared to the railcars usually sold at Archipelago. They also have delivery bonuses, and unlike most railcars with delivery bonuses, the FLAMETHROWER container wagons are actually pretty decent in gameplay. They're located in the southern Philippines, have medium defense, and cost 480 and 880 tickets respectively. For 880 tickets, you're able to get a double decker, in addition with the normal container. I recommend both of these to intermediate players, and I think that the delivery bonus is great too. The homesteader wagon is the 3rd railcar added in this update, and we'll be talking about more in the Game Pass exclusive section of this video. The bridge obstacle course is an additional activity that you can do in every location. It does exactly what it sounds like. You have to pass through an obstacle course that changes every time, which will allow you to access an abandoned crate, which will either give you some tickets or a weapon. The money you get from there admittedly isn't a lot. You only get a few tickets per journey. Some of these vary in difficulty, but if you average on parkour, you should make it with no problems. The 2 guns also appear much less often compared to the tickets. By the way, here's a tip. Make sure to look up when going through the ladders. This is because when you look down, your character slumps slightly, which will not allow you to climb. If you pick the weapon and you already have it, you'll be given extra tickets as compensation. There are now 2 new game passes added to the game, the Railway Police Game Pass and Homesteader Game Pass, which are both 225 Robux each. The Railway Police Game Pass gives you the legendary Railroad Police title as well as the F-17C pistol. The most exciting thing in this Game Pass though is the 510 Police shotgun. This shotgun deals good damage and has 5 rounds. The only problem with it is that it's hand loaded. The Homesteader Game Pass also gives you similar perks. It gives you the Homesteader title and a FLAMETHROWER container wagon, which gives you the same railcar as the double-decker FLAMETHROWER container wagon, but with a balcony and a radio that you can use. For me, I wouldn't buy any game passes, but if you're a beginner looking to advance quickly in the game and have some extra cash to spend, splurging some Robux on these game passes will be a good decision for you. And oh yeah, the code join the community, which will give you 50 tickets, and Wildfire, which will give you 75 tickets. Overall, the Wildfire update is great. One of my biggest criticisms of Edward the Man-Eating Train is that the game lacks content, and the Wildfire update does exactly that, provide additional content to the game. Overall, it has been implemented very smoothly, and as the game grows and expands, that problem becomes less and less apparent. The Wildfire update is a step in the right direction, and I can't wait to see what happens next. If I were to grade it like an exam, I will give it a B+. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you want to know more about Edward the Man-Eating Train, check out my previous guides to the game, and keep a lookout for more Edward the Man-Eating Train videos to come in the future. And yeah, see you soon. Yo, what's up? This after credits. I know I'm super late, but I have an excuse for this. Basically, the guns from like the bridge obstacle course took forever for me to get, and I still don't have them, by the way. And I couldn't get the stats for them, so I couldn't write them. And yeah, it's just messy, man. And I was talking to a few people like asking for stats, and the people who were supposed to hook me up with the stats just completely died the next day. I'm probably gonna make more Edward videos in the future, like tier lists and stuff. And if you're still here, then you're the first people in the world to hear it. I think that's about it.